Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of the Chief Justice of the United States. It's Valentine's Day. As you can no doubt tell, why the video is in black and white. But unlike last year, I don't have a beanie over my face. And if you want to see the video that I released today a year ago, which is Congress episode number 20, I'll put a link to it in the description below, so that way you can see why. Today we talk about the 5th Chief Justice that America has ever had, Roger Taney of Maryland. He lived from 1777 to 1864. Yeah, I know, it's kind of a broad time period. Basically, he was alive from the Revolution and the birth establishment of our country all the way up until the Civil War. So that's about almost 100 years, actually. He actually lived for, I believe, a grand total of, 87 years. So, yeah. I think he was one of the oldest we ever had, but I could be wrong on that, but, we'll find out. He was in office as Chief Justice from 1836 until his death in 1864. He is a Democrat, or I should say was, since, he's been dead for centuries. He was appointed by President Andrew Jackson, and the vote for confirmation was 29 to 15. So, there are actually a couple other things I need to mention about him in general, and also the video in general. I might as well just go ahead and do the video one real quick, since, it's just one brief little thing. This is... you guys are going to get a kick out of this. This is my third take of doing this video. And you want to know why? Because I actually didn't record this last Friday. Because for this series, I'm recording everything a week ahead of when the video is supposed to go live. But since I didn't record at all last Friday, I had to record early Saturday morning at literally 1:45 in the morning after coming home from a friend's house, because I was there pretty much all afternoon. Yeah. So anyways, some interesting things about this guy is that he married the sister of Francis Scott Key, the writer of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Which, as you all know, Francis Scott Key wrote the Star-Spangled Banner during the Battle of Baltimore, also known as the bombardment of Fort McHenry during the War of 1812. For 25 hours. And we won. We held off against the British Navy, which is nice. So, woo! We'll cover War of 1812 someday. He was the second longest Chief Justice we ever had, serving for a grand total of 28 years and 198 days, which I do believe is 28 and a half years. I think. I may be wrong, but I think. Okay, what else do I need to go over? Oh yeah, who else was in the court? Okay. So, remember how I said yesterday the Chief Justice was serving with Supreme Court justices that were appointed between the first 7 presidents of Washington: Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, Adams, and Jackson? Well, this guy is pretty much serving with members from Madison all the way up until Lincoln. Yeah. So, as I go down through each of the names, I will go through of who appointed who. Roger Taney, obviously Jackson, we're talking about him right now. Joseph Story, appointed by Madison. Levi Woodbury, appointed by, I can't tell what it says here. I wish the color coordination would be a bit easier to understand, but I'm going to assume, it's Polk, but I could be wrong on that. But anyways, Benjamin Curtis, appointed by Fillmore. Nathan Clifford, appointed by Buchanan. Smith Thompson, appointed by Monroe. Samuel Nelson, appointed by, Tyler. John McLean, appointed by Jackson. Noah Swain, appointed by Lincoln. Henry Baldwin, appointed by Jackson. Robert Grier, spelled Grier, appointed by Polk. James Wayne, appointed by Jackson. Philip Barbour, appointed by Jackson. Peter Daniel, appointed by Van Buren. Samuel Miller, appointed by Lincoln. John Catron, appointed by Jackson. John McKinley, appointed by Van Buren. John Campbell, appointed by Pierce. David Davis, appointed by Lincoln. And Stephen Field, appointed by Lincoln. Yeah, I know, it's a lot. Oh wait, how come I didn't see... There was no John Quincy Adams on here. Who was the one appointed by John Quincy Adams? It's not on here. Whatever. Anyways, major court decisions. So, there were a lot of court decisions during this court, but according to my notes here, I have 5, but probably the most famous and most important one, especially during this time frame, would have to be Dred Scott versus Sanford case back in 1857. And I have a simplified version of it that I found on Wikipedia. Yeah, I know, whatever. In a 7-2 decision in which all 9 justices wrote an opinion, Chief Justice Taney wrote the majority opinion. The court dismissed the plaintiff's suit and held that the plaintiff remained a slave of the defendant. More importantly, the court also declared that no African Americans, including free blacks, qualified as citizens of the United States, and that Congress did not have the power to ban slavery from the territories. The decision was strongly condemned by opponents of slavery and was largely overturned by the 14th Amendment. Which I will quickly read the 14th Amendment. Just give me a sec here as I type it up here in my phone, because I did not look at it real quick, but, whatever. Okay. Oh, there's 4 sections. There's 4 sections to it. I'm just going to read the first one, since Yeah, since I think Section 1 of the 14th Amendment is the important one. Okay, let's see here. It says here, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. I don't think that was the right one, though, but... No, I think that was the right one. Yeah, that was the right one. Okay. So, thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for... this was the last episode for the week. So, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned on Monday. Yeah, Monday. Where we talk about salmon chase. Alright, we'll see you then.